Hello, everyone, and welcome to my review of Love and Friendship. This is the brand new film directed by Whit Stillman, and it is from a short story written by Jane Austen. I believe the short story was called Lady Susan, but I also found out that there's a short story by Jane Austen called Love and Friendship. So I don't know how true this is to the original material. I haven't read that. I probably have to ask my mother, who actually went with me to the screening tonight with a dear friend of ours. And I'm really glad I saw it tonight because I almost had a chance to see it at the Newport Beach Film Festival just a month ago, where Kate Beckinsale, the star of this movie, was going to be there. But they were never clear on when the screening was, so I said, forget it. I'd rather see it with my mom anyways because she's a huge fan of Jane Austen, and I believe she's reading a series of short novels or short stories that this film is based on. Now, I've seen lots of Jane Austen movies. Pride and Prejudice, the one with Keira Knightley. Sense and Sensibility is probably considered one of the greatest movies ever made, especially from Jane Austen. Persuasion. I really liked Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Of course, that was more of a departure from the classic Jane Austen tale, and I've seen some other ones, Mansfield Park, and some other ones that just don't come to mind. I think Emma might be one too, that's from Jane Austen. And I've seen Clueless, because Clueless is based on Emma, I believe. So, and one day I hope to see the classic miniseries starring Colin Firth of Pride and Prejudice. So this is Love and Friendship, is based on Lady Susan, and Lady Susan is the major character in this film, and she's played by Kate Beckinsale. She has an American friend who's played by Chloe Sevigny, and this is a reunion with the director, Whit Stillman, Chloe Sevigny, and Kate Beckinsale, because in the 90s they made a movie called The Last Days of Disco. Sadly, I have never seen that movie. I want to see that film. I have seen the first two films from Whit Stillman, and I really enjoyed them. So I was excited because this was a Jane Austen movie. I was also excited that it was a Whit Stillman movie because I really like him. Every once in a while, he'll make a movie, and it's definitely worth the wait. At least I hoped with this one. So this one, of course, takes place in most times that Jane Austen, lived back in the day. Whenever, I don't really know. I don't really follow her career. But it's kind of the same times that all these other stories that we've known about from her. We get to know Lady Susan. She is a widow. She's trying to help her daughter find a husband, at the same time, hopefully find a husband for herself, because, in this times, it's not good to be a woman by yourself. You have to be married. Looks like, men are put on this pedestal and women are kind of, second-class citizens in this world. And so she's manipulating her way into her family's lives to get what she wants. She's very controlling and conniving and all that kind of stuff. Very excited to see this film. It looked really good, and I heard it was very, very funny. Is it? Was it? And should you see it? Only if you are a fan of these kind of movies. If you don't like these films where it relies mainly on dialogue, this is a dialogue-driven film. This film is not for everyone. There's no action, there's no outrageous comedy, no pratfalls or off-the-wall humor. It's all in the dialogue. If you don't pay attention to what the people are saying, you might not enjoy the film or may not get it. But for me, I really wanted to feel involved in the story, so it really focused on what they were talking about and how the movie was made. I really enjoyed how the film presented itself, because it does rely mainly on the acting and what they're talking about and how they interact with each other. But then there's some style to this movie, the way it introduces all these characters, because it has to introduce, I think, at least 10 characters in this film, and you can get lost very easily. But I think it really helped. So we got the names and find out kind of who these people played in the movie. So when all these things happen leading up to the end, you're like, okay, somehow this all makes sense. And somehow it's also interesting how Kate Beckinsale, who plays Lady Susan, weasels her way into all of this and disrupts the lives of these people that supposedly she loves. And they love her back, supposedly. So it was very interesting. I really liked the dialogue, the interaction with the characters. Kate Beckinsale, this is the best thing she's ever done in her entire career. And I really like Kate Beckinsale, whether she's an action star or just a pretty face on screen. I think she's very convincing in the majority stuff that she does. She gives a Oscar-worthy performance in this movie. Will she win? I don't think so, but she deserves to be nominated for this film. She was very interesting to listen to. You really were bothered by some of the things that she was doing. At least I was. Some of the things she says, just get her way in there, and how she interacts with her daughter and the people around her. Stephen Fry has a very small part in the film, but the rest of the cast are full of unknowns. At least people that I might have seen them before, but I really don't know where I have. But besides the character played by Kate Beckinsale, my favorite character in the film is this guy that really loves her daughter. He's a bumbling idiot somewhat. They call him a blockhead in this movie. Some of the characters call this character a blockhead. And he is played by an actor named Tom Bennett. And his character, I think, is St. James something. Martin or something like that. Let me see. I'm going to make sure that... Yeah, Sir James Martin. His character garnished the most laughs from me. And I would say, after Kate Beckinsale, he is the best part of this movie. Great locations, beautiful costumes, as you expect. It's a perfect film for anybody who loves a period piece drama, and for anybody who really loves Jane Austen and really likes the worlds that she's created. I enjoy the film as an outsider, someone who has enjoyed previous films in the past, and I think fans will really enjoy this film as well. I thought it was a really great film with superior acting, a really interesting story, and very interesting how it ended, because it just ended and I'm like, oh, I guess that's over. Wow, okay. That was our story. That was, okay, all right. So, a lot of substance and not afraid to give you a little bit of style as well to tell this classic story. For that, I am going to give Love and Friendship, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars out of 4.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.